Hello everyone, this is Shayna from Kaiyuni Kreations. Guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I posted. There's been a lot going on this year, but I am back up and running, and I was just going through my paper stash. Now, to those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome back. And welcome. And for those of you who've been with me all along, guys, thank you for staying with me. We thank God for another day on earth. It's a beautiful sunny day out here in Georgia, and we are going to use up our scraps. Now, normally I don't start with all this confusion on my desk, but I'd already started into this and decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and film it. So what I'm doing today is I am using the negatives from I'm going to show this to you. It's a tag collection I had. I don't think they make it anymore from Recollections. This was just a paper pad just full of tags. That's all it was, 280 tags. As you can see, I've taken them all out. I have the tags somewhere. I've been using them, you know, as I go along in my craft. It's going to take me a while to get through 280. I've given some of them away. But basically, they came in a sheet, and I've cut each one up, but, you know, you just pop the tags out from here, and you know, you use the tag, and this is the negative that is left over. And I've had this, you know, for maybe 3 years or so, and I never wanted to throw them out because I knew I was going to do something like this one day, and well, today is the day. So as you can see, I've started with some of them. All right, so for this one I've used, you know, book page, and this is just the base. You can and I will be probably decorating it more as I put them in journals and I'm ready to use them. Then I will tailor it for that journal. But these are the empty negatives here. And of course, you know, this is what I filled in. This is newsprint. This is just cardstock behind here. It's this collection here I used from Michael. So it looks like parchment paper, but it's not really. So if you want to get a hold of that, there are different colors. So I've used some of those in there. Right, I have actually done some stamping where I've stamped the parchment paper and then put the frames on it. So I'm going to do a couple with you. This here is just regular wrapping paper, gift paper, craft wrapping paper that I use because I liked, you know, the butterfly design. So we're just going to continue crafting. These here, there were like a million of these frames that I just cut out. After I popped the tag out from them, this is what was left. So I just cut around it and used this. And this is what I've been doing with them so far. So more or less the Christmas paper. So we're going to start with these here. I found some Thanksgiving scraps. So I have these scraps here, which are the negatives, plus other scrap papers, you know, that I have stored. We've all got scrap papers somewhere, and I'm just trying to put them to use so I can get rid of those scraps and kind of tidy up this room a little bit. So let's get crafting. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Saturday. This little tool comes in handy, and just to show you, you know, it takes a minute, but you know, you can get it done. So you just kind of I hope everyone can see that. Kind of just get the glue on there a little bit, and you stick it down, and you can cut it out and then leave it for later. So I'll probably use these closer to Thanksgiving. Actually, I'm going to put this down at the bottom here where I can see. You know, when it's closer to Thanksgiving, I'm going to take these out, and then I'm going to further embellish them. So you're going to need probably a piece of paper towel, which I thought I had here. Just get another piece. And it's just a fun way, you know, to embellish your paper, your papers. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. We're going to come back to these in a second. Yeah, but there were 280 tags, so I should have 280 negatives here. You know, like these here, you see I've used the wrapping paper. This came out beautiful. So what I did is I separated them by color, and then I'm finding my scraps that will complement these colors, and that's what I'm using. For some reason, I wanted Christmas and Thanksgiving for these gold frames, but we can use them with anything. And if you have a needle nose tip for your glue bottle, it would be most helpful. Now this is exactly 6 by 6 page here. It actually came from a bigger sheet that I cut down. And the tags are, you guessed it, 3 inches each. So it's going to be a close fit, but I want to use up this entire sheet properly. So we go ahead and we get this in here. And like I said, this is a great way to use your scraps. Don't throw your negatives out, especially if you're using a die cutting machine and you have that negative left over like this here. You can go ahead and use them as frames. I usually have a lot of those too. But whatever paper you have in the background there, you can use embossed papers, you know, just decorative papers. So here we have it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these out. Hopefully we can save this strip. What do you think? Maybe not. At some point you're gonna have to toss your scraps out, right? So I'm gonna separate them out because it's just easier this way. And cut. So I hope you can see. Like I said, it was gonna be a tight. So barely just a little edge left over there. Why? I'm not sure, because they're 3 inch. Well, I left a gap here, so that's why. But here we go. Made it. Ah, made it. And that's how we have our tag here. See? So just like the others, it can be plain or, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the others out, and then we're going to go on to a different kind. And here we have them. So 6 new tags. Framed and everything. Alright. So we have that. Like I said, for this one here, I have this craft gift paper that I bought off of Amazon. And it seems to go well with this blue. So I think I'm going to do some more. Let me see if I can get another frame out of here. Well, for some reason we've got an upside down butterfly. You don't get the whole butterfly. I don't want to mix these frames up. Some of these frames are so small. Let's see this one here. It's too big for that. I'm gonna go ahead and do it here. I guess it's okay. Let me do it this way. So we have some of the moon in there with the butterfly. Now this is the only thing with these things here, because there are so many small pieces, they tend to get in the way. So you gotta be careful you don't lose any like that. So we're gonna gather these up. Okay, keep them over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one here. I'm just going to, we're gonna lose the butterfly either way. Is it wide enough to go this way? Well, we just might make it this way. All right, let's do it that way. We'll do something else with the moon. So sometimes it's just easier to, yeah, so you have this here. Just to get that paste on there, get the glue on there. I was going to do it this way, right? So let's do it that way. Barely fit. I can probably just put some flowers or something in the corner here to further embellish that. So that's it's slightly bigger, but that's okay because I'm probably going to put cardstock on the back. So I'm not too worried about that. So we go ahead here and cut it out. And here we go. So that's it, using regular wrapping paper is what it was. You know, it was, I have a whole roll back there. This is just some that I cut out. Oh, I didn't see this beetle. Hey, let's do another one. I like this. I wonder how it looks with the green. Yeah, the green doesn't contrast as much, but I bet the brown will. Oval beetle for, oh, I'm gonna do this one. I like this one. So since this is a bigger, it's a little wider, I think I'm gonna use the wider tip glue, which of course is stuck up now, of course. Of course. Yeah, it was just, you know, as you go, find your scraps, you know, and shouldn't have done that. But, alright, let's try it again. There we go. Let's put a little bit of glue, not too much. And then we're going to center. The beetle's already got its own little flower too. Get some of the leaves in. Yep. So just pick up the excess glue as it comes out. They're not going to be troublesome. Spread it out onto there so the frame sticks down. And again, since this is only paper, you're going to want to back it with some cardstock later on. And then now we cut. And this is a different fly here too, so. And there you go. Maybe wait for the glue to dry a little bit. Right, so we have this one here. And I saw, we're going to toss these little scraps because we're not going to keep everything. As much as I'd like to keep scraps. I saw this one here. I kind of like that one. So let me see. I've got a bigger frame here. I think. Maybe. Like this one. Is it big enough? Is it big enough? I don't like this eye up here, but nope. So we're going to go this way. Perfect. Yep. We're going to do it this way. That way that eye is out there. I don't do the whole evil eye business. So we're going to go ahead and even the back here, this is a beautiful print too. It's just like handwriting. But again, going there with the narrow tip. We're going to go this way. And put a thin bead of glue along the edge. I know you probably can't see it, but it's getting in there. And then we're going to hope this cooperates now. We'll turn it this way so I can see. It's going to go all the way to the edge. Right there. It's kind of not straight. Maybe not, maybe. There we go. That's as close as we're going to get. Spread it out and take up the excess glue. Alright, and just like that, you frame this little beetle, moth thingy, whatever it is there, whatever species it is. And again, I've got like a whole roll of this to use up. So there we go. We can definitely embellish this moving forward. And then lastly, let's use this little guy here, and then we're gonna go on to stamps. And here we go. Alright. Plenty of space to add on and decorate. Alright, so we're going to toss these out. So the book page here, I did book page of this one, right? It's like a little tag. You can punch a hole in there, you know, and get that going. And then I did, this is stamped music sheet. This is book paper. So let me see if I can do some more of these. Like this one here is also stamped. I stamped it on the cardstock and then, you know, put this over it. So we'll do the stamp ones as the last set, and, you know, we'll close this off. And then I'll probably just do another video further embellishing these Well, actually, let's do a book page one first. So this is the whole book that I have. I'm almost done with it. It is The Heartless Light. It was going to be tossed out anyway, so I just kind of gave it a second use. So when I'm done with that, I'll probably use the cover to make into a journal. So we have book pages here, and you know, I'm gonna try this green. Let's do this one. And then this one, I'd like to put like a big stamp, or maybe like a butterfly, or cut out a bird or something and put on it and just further embellish it. But we're gonna do that for the next one. Oh, or should we do this side? I don't think this contrasts enough. I'm gonna go with this side here. Yeah, let's do that side. So we're gonna go ahead and get some glue on this. And again, not too heavy on the glue. Just enough to keep it down. Just get the corners, the important spaces. And make sure you have as much writing as possible when you put it down. So I don't want this. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it like that. And if I have any more tags, this tag runs the other way, so maybe not. A little one here just to use it up. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down here so I can use up the paper so it's not wasting. We're back to the small tip again. Barely made this one here. Got some space there. Press it, so I'm pressing it down here and taking up the excess glue as I go. I do not like my corners raised. Looks like I missed a spot. And now the glue won't come out. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and we cut these out, and you know, there you have it. So again, fun, simple idea. I'm going to do a stamped one, so then we would have had one made from book page, one made from stamped cardstock, right, and one made from wrapping paper, all using our negatives and, you know, just creating ephemera for you to use. It is essentially free because you've already used the paper, so you're just getting a second use out of it. Oh, it would have looked better on this side here with the caps. Oh, okay, that's all right. So, you know, just money, getting bang for your buck. And here we go. All right, so I'm gonna toss these because there's just a lot of space, empty space there. So, with regard to the stamp, so I've still got my, it's just easier to use this here. So this is a stamp here, more or less, you know, the big stamp there. So we're gonna go ahead. Let me use some more parchment. The gray doesn't really go with anything. Oh, okay. It might go with that one. So let's do, I haven't done gray as yet. So let's go ahead and use the gray one. I pulled this thing out. I haven't used this thing in forever. Y'all hear me? Forever. So basically the idea is, so when you bring it over like this here, it stays. So once the paper is in place, you can do it multiple times. Make sure you get full coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and use my vintage photo. Just rub it onto the stamp here. And let's flip it over and go. So you just press it down. If you have like a roller, you can use that too, which I have one, but I think this is enough. And then you can check to see, not enough coverage, so I'm gonna get this here again. So this way the paper doesn't move, so the stamp goes exactly back in the same spot where you want it. So we got a little bit more coverage, but I'm going to press down here a little bit more. There we go. See? Miss a corner here. So you have that. And I'm going to do another one. Let me turn it this way. I should have probably just turned it this way in the beginning. These little magnets that hold it down. So I think they still sell these around somewhere. But I've had this one for years now, and I've hardly used this. I need to pull it out and use it some more. So again, so it fits. So we're going to press it down. Just make sure we're getting all the corners because you want the full stamp. I always misses this spot up here. Let me go back and press this one down here too. Alright, and that's good enough. We just want it faded. So you can take this off. The magnets will stay. Put this aside for a second. So now we've got these here. And then, you know, so I saw that this one kind of worked. It goes to that side. But I like this side. It goes to the gray. So let's see what else we have over here. I know this is a mess, y'all. Just bear with me. I usually don't work with all this stuff on my desk. But here I am today. Not this one so much. So I have these two of these colors here. So I'm going to go with these two for now. And just keep it simple. So it's one, they will fit on. And look, okay, so one stamp will cover both of them. Alright, so, and I'm going to leave this over maybe for another one. So we can do that. Now we have space left over here. So let's go. And usually if you're doing like a rustic journal, this may fit in. The color scheme is close enough. So we just getting our glue down there. I'm going to put it over here so I can get some of the edge here. Like that. So you have order. Take it up because I want the second one to fit. Just press that glue in. And we have space for the second one. And then, you know, I have all the long ones, these long ones. I don't know if I have one in brown. Like this, maybe. This is gonna come up. And it's gonna make me drag it all the way here. It doesn't fit, but that's alright. We'll find a use for it. So let me stick this down. But yeah, but that's using the stamping method, and the other one's just like news paper, news music notes stamp that I use. But you can also use if you have music paper, and I have some somewhere. I just don't want to pull it out right now, but you get the idea of using the stamping method. And you can stamp anything on there. I've got a bunch more stamps that I'm going to use, probably offline, but because I got to finish all of these here. I mean, that is my goal. Just leave yourself some space to cut. So I see this here is lifting up. You know, I don't like my corners raised. Now it's extra glue. So just pick it up, and I'm going to try and save this strip here. You know me. And just so, and that's it, you know. So this gets your base set up. I'm going to cut carefully because I want to preserve that. Looks like the windows in a ship. You can put anything in there. I can see some kind of vintage photo or, you know, something in there. Maybe a butterfly or a bird or something. So there you have it. And just like that. Voila. Alright guys, so this is going to be enough for the first video. So again, if you're able to get maybe on eBay or something, you know, this here is just all tags. It's just sheets and sheets of tags. I don't know if they make it still, but if you're able to get it, probably on eBay or somewhere, but this is what it looks like. The tag pad block the etiquette, and you know, like I said, mine is empty now. But just to recap, so we've got our stamped ones, right? You've got book page. We've got just the plain parchment paper or cardstock, right? These frames here, you know, I've did some of these with this. You know, put a couple of these down. And then there's the shiny reds. Right? Of course, we've got our wrapping paper, if you can believe that. You know, and we have them in different colors. Let me just do a big one here. And of course, I did music paper. These are just some more with the book page, small tags. And I can just see them like, you know, little hanging tags, you know, put them on a bigger tag maybe or something. But here we have it. These greens, I know I didn't touch these, but I just did more of these here. And then of course I did the big stamp with them. All right, so stamps. So these 3 are the stamps. These 3 are the wrapping paper. Right, you've got the small 3-inch tags maybe, and then parchment. So, I mean, and there's a ton more types of backgrounds you can use. This is kind of just what I got up to so far. I'm gonna try and push this aside so you can see. I know I usually don't work with all this confusion, but you know, like I said, I already had it laid out. I just wanted to drop in so that you guys can see. Like I said, don't throw your negatives out, especially when you do die cuts. You know, usually if you do a die cut and cut out like a butterfly, save it, save the negative, and then you can back it with something like this. And I've done that too. And I wish when I find them, I will let you know. But when we get ready to embellish, you know, you'll see all of those. Well, guys, thank you. It has been fun. I missed you guys. And again, you can catch me on my other platforms. I am on Facebook. I have an Etsy shop, so you may see some of these in here once I complete them. Pinterest, as well as Instagram. And again, thank you for sitting through this video, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Remember to always walk with God. And until next time, guys, bye and have a blessed day.